last two questions, most leaders never even think about. So before we start talking about coaching questions, let me draw a bit of a line here. I've made the case to you before. Telling someone what to do may get you compliance, but it's not going to get you engagement and is not going to get you peak performance. Coaching, on the other hand, that can drive performance and commitment, and that's what you're looking for. So how do you start these coaching conversations? I know they're not always easy because they have to be done almost like in the moment. I've got 5 critical questions that you can keep in the back of your mind when you're coaching someone. There's a difference between coaching and mentoring. Coaching is about know how and know what. It's about performance and how to do things well. Mentoring is about judgment and know when and know why. And they're 2 very different roles you need to play. I'm focused today on the coaching role. I'm going to be giving you 5 key questions that you can have that will help engage your staff, get commitment, and drive improved performance. Every one of these 5 questions is laser focused to be able to draw something out about the know-how and the know what and the gap that you're trying to close. It's not about their judgment, about knowing why to do it or when to do it. This is about pure performance. So question 1, walk me through what you're doing right now and what do I need to know most about the work you're doing? You see, that question is about discovery. It's about letting you hear firsthand about the employee knowing what they do and how to do it. And that's an important part of the gap identification. So when should you use that first question? When someone's output is not what you're expecting or looking for. And why it works so well is because you can't coach someone's performance unless you understand and see what they're doing currently. I use the term go to the gemba, go to the employee, watch what they do, watch how they do it, and then ask them about the work that they're doing. The gaps will reveal themselves when you're observing your employees doing their work in real time, in real situations. So question 2, where do you get stuck and what slows you down the most? I think that's a really insightful question because you're asking them to tell you something and you're not observing it. I think that's an important part. It's a part of the employee admitting to you where they might need support or where they might need your interactions and engagement with them. It's a really critical key in uncovering that self-discovery and them exploring within themselves where their opportunities for improvement might be. You can use this question really effectively when you can see somebody stalling at a certain part of the process or doing a certain series of tasks. That's a way for you to not observe it and point it out. It's a way for you to allow them to point it out to you. And that's a critical distinction between it because you can easily point mistakes out, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the employees recognize it. When they tell you where they're stalling, where they're slowing down, where they're having troubles and challenges, the opportunity for coaching opens up. Question 3 relates to that. I always ask, if you had to teach somebody how to do this job, what would you teach them and what would you say and how would you teach them to do it? You see, that's important too because now you're starting to uncover what they see as the skill set for doing that work. And if they've got standard work to go by and they're not referencing it, that's another big aha because standard work can be your silent coach if you're not in the room. Good time to use a question like that is when you certainly see performance is not where it needs to be because you know that they're missing something critical. And when they're explaining to you what they do and how they do it, and they're missing those critical elements, it's an opportunity for you to think about how am I going to help this person self-discover is some of the challenges that they have to deal with. When to use that question is really important because they may say to you they understand what to do and how to do it. But when they have to teach it to somebody else, you'll start to see the gap between what they know and their performance. And that's critical. You need to expose that. And you don't need to point it out. You need to allow them to expose it to you. See, it's important because the difference between the I know how to do it and I can do it could be bigger than they're willing to admit. And so by having them walk you through how they would teach it to somebody else really exposes that as an opportunity. You're not trying to diminish the work or the quality of their work. You're trying to help enhance it. And if they start to see that, they'll be more likely to open up with some of the challenges that they likely find in the work that they're doing. You see, the alternative is tell somebody, hey, there's the standard work and you're not following it, or I need you to do it this way, or show somebody how to do it this way or that way. That's not going to get you the commitment and the engagement that you're looking for. By allowing them to share it with you, you start to see the opportunities. And you don't have to do all the corrections at once. You need to pick your areas of performance improvement incrementally and edge them more and more towards higher levels of performance. Question 4 is a critical question and one that people will often overlook. That one question separates coaches from rescuers. You see, the know-how and the know-what is important in building skills and self-awareness. You see, your role as a coach is to help people self-discover the know-how and the know-what and the gaps. And by asking questions like, well, what would you do differently if you could do it in the future? Or what would you do differently next time? Those are areas that will help your staff self-reflect and grow. I like to use what's called the win statement, W-I-N. When you do this, whatever that is, the impact is whatever that is. Next time, what do you think you should try? You see, that allows the employee to take ownership of their own actions rather than you saying, hey, next time I need you to do this. Next time I need you to do that. That's not going to get you anything but compliance. You need them to own the results. You need them to own the behaviors. And by asking them what they're going to do next, forces them to own whatever they tell you. And that's critical. And why it works is because it becomes a part of sustainable coaching. It's like you're in their head when you're not there. And I don't want that to come across the wrong way. When they start to think about, when I do this, the impact is this. Next time, what should I be doing? That allows them to self-discover and grow. You see, when they look at the standard work, they're able to identify the gap and say, well, next time I need to be doing it that way. It's an important discovery for them and an important discovery for you to be able to give them the ability to be able to use that win statement to their own development. Now, there's the opposite. If they're doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing, they're just not doing it at the level of the performance that you're looking for, there's an opportunity for you to encourage more or enhancement of what they're doing. And that's with the WIT statement, the W-I-T. I love this one too. When you do this, whatever that is, the impact is this, whatever that is. Thank you. Good work. Keep it up. Those are really good things. That thank you, that thank you is a recognition for good work. And it encourages people to do better and to do more. If they know that you're appreciating what they'll do, they'll try to do more of it. And they'll try to do it. You see, that's your role as a leader. And you enhance performance through effective coaching. And they're going to appreciate that. Whether it's with the win statement or the WIT statement, you're going to be able to help your employees drive stronger performance. Now, question 5 is another one of those that leaders often neglect or fail to ask. And that is, what do you need from me to get you to the next level? That's a pretty powerful question. It's an open-ended question that allows them to openly admit to you where their gaps are. Maybe they need more training. Maybe they need more understanding of why they're doing what they're doing. Maybe they need practice. Maybe they need advice. You see, that openness of what do you need from me allows you to build a relationship with your employees that you may not have otherwise. And I think it's critical in effective coaching. You see, when you do the discovery questions 1 and 2, and then you start to think about the execution question, which is really question 3, and then you use questions 4 and 5 to be about execution and improve sustained performance. You've got 5 critical questions that can really help you as an effective coach. So if you got value out of this video, be sure to hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe so you don't miss a single module. And if you have any questions about the content, please put them in the comments. I answer every one.